Hey. Everything will be alright. Welcome to another episode of Hashtag I'm Just Saying. I'm yours truly, MemeMichelle. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I want you to get involved. I want you to ask questions. I want you to leave your comments because today we have an amazing show coming up for you. So, hey, ladies, how y'all doing?
We doing good.
Welcome. Are y'all ready? Look at that one in there. Ooh, that background show is nice, Montana.
Oh, it's just something a little simple. Nothing.
Well, ladies, thank you guys for supporting me the entire year of 2020. This has been something else.
Yes.
Good Lord. But I want y'all to get involved. I want you to ask questions. I want you to leave your comments. And if you're new to my channel, subscribe, and tell a friend and ring the bell for notification and leave your comments and hit the like button. We need you to do that. Now you can see it's not like a really good hair day today. It just is what it is. It's been a long day and I can't explain it, but I had a rough one. But anyway, ladies, how y'all doing? How was your Christmas? Tracy?
Oh, it was great. Had a good Christmas.
What about you, Kimmy?
I had a wonderful Christmas, nice and quiet, but it was really a good Christmas.
What about you, Montana?
I mean, it's a grown folk Christmas, just by myself, chilling, no kids. We had a little gumbo in the evening. It was cool.
Yeah, it was good. Tracy, I heard you made your first pot of gumbo. It was delicious, I heard.
I sure did. Yes. I got the stamp for approval from my mother-in-law, so I was like, oh, I guess I did do something.
That was good then. So look, let's introduce our cocktails for conversation. Kimmy, what you sipping on?
Today I am going out there hard, and I have Tanqueray.
Ooh, yes, sir.
And with my Tanqueray, I have Simply Limeade.
So tell
and
me,
it's a nice, refreshing, tart drink, and I am really loving it.
Look at that. Tracy, what you got?
So, maybe 2 weeks ago, I talked about the cranberry sangria. Well, I made it.
Oh, so how'd you make yours?
So you take either fresh or frozen cranberries, sugar, and water, and you simmer it on the stove until the cranberries pop. Then you mush it to get the liquid, and you add that to your fruity wine or whatever wine you want. I did a cab with it was soaked in a whiskey barrel. So I used that type of wine.
Is that
not the Cooper and Thief?
Yeah.
But I did another one that was similar to that one, and then I had that, add the cranberry mixture to it, orange juice, and then you could add brandy, but because I had the wine that's soaked in the barrel, I didn't add any brandy.
Oh,
so I just did it like that. Added some fresh lemon, lime, and orange slices to it.
I bet that's good. We got to have a girls' day and you make that. So Montina, what's your cocktail for conversation?
Well, the wood floor is drinking it because it spilled.
But would you have been drinking?
What I was drinking and now really desire to have it because it's on the floor. The guava passion fruit from Starbucks.
Oh, you spilled it.
Oh.
And I don't want to get up and go get the other one because then I'll be shuffling and moving during the show. It's like,
well, just put your apparatus down and go get it. Turn it upside down and go get it.
Okay. I'll be back.
Okay, so what I'm having is a peach mimosa. So I put just a little bit of my Crown peach, maybe like a half an ounce, and then just a little bit of the OJ. And then I've had this bottle of champagne for maybe 10 years. I got it for my birthday.
Wow.
And I was saving it for a special occasion. So I popped it today. It was a gift from Darlene. that sing in the choir with us.
Oh.
And I'm thinking 2021 is going to be a special year because 2020 was a mess. So I say, let's go ahead and pop that thing. And I really don't want to show y'all my nails because I ain't doing them. So let me drink with this hand. And I have my 21 cup. And oh my word, it is delicious.
Cheers.
Cheers. Toast. Boom. All right. So ladies, let's get this popping. I got my shea butter on from the Shea Lady. Y'all got to check her out. But today, we have to say goodbye to the movie theater. Because we ain't had no movies in the whole 2020. And this was the year that Coming to America announced they was going to do the part 2. So tell me, do you think the movie theaters are going to come back? I know we talk about that often, but going into 2021, do you really think movie theaters are going to come back?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so, because how are they making, so wasn't there a complaint that, you know, a lot of the movie theaters, how were they making their money? How are the actors and actresses making their money? Because they sell it, don't they sell like the Warner Brothers, don't they sell the movies to the movie theaters? So how are they,
I think what they're doing now is, because they did it by ticket sales, right? Mm-hmm. So if you selling by ticket sales, like $5, $7, $8 a ticket sale, but to each home, you make people pay $20, $30 to watch it and you don't get to own it. Like, you're going to have to pay to watch Coming to America on Amazon Prime. You're going to have to pay to do that as a household. Now you have to pay certain networks to watch certain things. So I think that's the shift. Because did you have to pay to watch that Whack Woman, the Wonder Woman woman?
No, that's what I was going to say.
It was on HBO Max. They did it because I subscribed to HBO through my DirecTV. I got it for free. So I get to stream it for 31 days.
See? That's what I'm saying. So you get to watch it for 31 days and pay one time. So I think the actors and the actresses are going to take a cut, but networks and people who make movies, they still going to make their money regardless. I
don't think actors are going to take a cut. I think they're making more money probably from these various streaming platforms than they were just from the movie theater, right? So the movie theaters would pay for that movie, and the way the movie theaters made their money was through the concession stands and things of that nature.
Yep.
So
what we are saying is we don't miss that $70 tab at the concession stand.
Just the experience. I think we missed the experience of going out because it was something to go out to.
Right.
But as far as missing the fact that it was a movie, we're not missing that at all because we see all the up-to-date movies on some type of a streaming medium. So I don't see us missing that, just maybe the experience.
So you can get a TV for $2 now.
Come on here.
Yeah, cable is taking a hit because we finding you can say cable is taking a hit, but then now that you can get like your Fire Stick or these other things to watch TV on, they charge you an arm and a leg for
the internet.
Yeah, it be $25. It's now $100 a month.
Mimi, what was that thing you said they had the internet where you buy it and you get everything?
Oh, that was called it was an Android apparatus. I have to look it up and put it in the description box. But they say you just pay one time and then you get everything with this box.
I've seen that. I don't remember the name, but I've seen that.
Yeah, let me look it up while we talk about this. So what did you guys think? What was your plans for 2020? Like before all of the shenanigans happened? Kim, you go first.
Oh, my plans for 2020 was to be back in Houston by June. And to be back in doing real estate full time. I had some really big plans of what I wanted to do when it came to the community, being back in Houston and involved in my real estate. That didn't happen. So, but I can't say that I can't say that it was a bad thing totally. It still worked out for the best, but because you know who we are and whose we are, we knew it was going to work out for the best. But yeah, I was supposed to be back in Houston by now. We were supposed to be doing this show with me sitting next to you.
I know. Now that's what I miss.
Yeah.
I miss my live panel. I miss us like, really communicating, sitting next to each other. That's what I miss. So Tracy, tell me, what was your plans for 2020?
Well, my plan was to lose weight. That was one. But really to travel, I had planned, was working on a like a couples trip in November to go to St. Martin. So that didn't happen. So really none of my travel plans that I had looked forward to didn't happen. So I do miss that. I can't wait till we can be able to travel again.
What about you, Montina?
So before the pandemic, let's say that.
Yeah.
As you all know, I had gone back to school, gotten my license to lash, and was attending school to get my instructor's license as well. And my plans. It's funny how God works, right? Because we all have a plan, and then He sort of tells you, like, gives you His plan, and you just got to roll with that.
Yep.
So my was to get my instructor's license and work for the particular school that I had attended, to work there for an additional 6 months. And then the pandemic happened, and it forced me to come home and open up a beauty bar. So my plans sort of shifted. You know what I mean? Or I was always going to be a part of the plan, but not that soon.
Yeah.
And so, man, glory to God, just how He pushes you in directions. I have plans for 2021, but we'll see what God is talking about, because now they're talking about another virus is out, and it isn't the coronavirus.
That's crazy.
I don't know if y'all the super virus.
That's crazy.
So,
It's mutated supposedly, and
in London, that's why they have London shut down. But it's crazy because I started my 2020 back in 2019 with transformation. Like, I was really focused. I was really working out hard. Then the pandemic happened, and I held off a really long time, kind of like itching back to gain weight back. It wasn't until I got the coronavirus where I kind of lost my energy, but I'm springing back in 2021. But the government killed, I don't know how to say his name. Let's just skip him. I don't know. January, I can't say his name. Well, our government killed Qasem Soleimani, or whatever his name is.
Oh yeah. I know you're talking about. I ain't gonna be able to help you with that name. I know
Our
what you're talking
government
about.
killed him, but I don't know how to say his name. But January 2nd is when supposedly COVID-19 hit the US. Supposedly, that's what they say. That's when it was officially, it hit us. But I think it's been here a long time.
Man, the dude from Ready to Love.
Yeah,
right?
the first season.
The first season, one of the guys from there got really sick. And if you look at the list of his symptoms, all of his symptoms scream
COVID.
They said he had the flu. That boy went into a coma. I mean, you name it. Everything coronavirus does, and he had to fight his way back. So I think it's been here a lot longer. I do, however, think that the coronavirus is man manipulated.
Of course.
Because how can you come up with a vaccine so soon?
Yep. That's one of my things on the list. The vaccine came in 2020. And in March, the US completely shut down. That's when we saw nail salons, hair salons, gyms. I knew it was real, or they shut us down. But when sports shut down, I was like, that's when it was real to me.
Yes.
Now, what's the biggest thing that resonates with you guys about the pandemic when everything shut down?
Well, for me, we not only, since I'm in Lake Charles, Louisiana, we not only had the pandemic, we had 2 major hurricanes.
Yeah.
That has basically destroyed our city. So one of the biggest takeaways from me, my sister and I were talking earlier, and her mind ain't right, but she said, she said one takeaway for her was we need to make sure we have insurance for everything that we got.
Yep.
Because unfortunately, for a lot of people here in Lake Charles, they did not. And so it's really hard for them to rebuild. I was fortunate that my parents taught me that. Another big takeaway is I lost one of my dearest friends in July. And, she was supposed to have retired next year. And I was beating myself up because of my own circumstances about not being able to retire because I've changed jobs and I got a new career. Here it is. She's not even going to be here to enjoy it. So it made me rethink about what's important to me. And what's important to me is my family, my friends, being good to people, making sure people know I love them and they love me back.
Yeah.
What about you, Tracy? What was the biggest thing that resonated with you in the pandemic?
The biggest thing is really had the city shut down, but it made me look at spending more time, even though we're used to being social and we're used to being together, but how to love your loved ones, say what you have to say to them now, because which we always knew.
But
that tomorrow's not promised to you, but it really resonated because this I mean, it's real. I mean, it's people dying, just like that.
What was the strangest thing to you about the pandemic, Tina?
The toilet paper raised. It was like, okay.
We had a toilet paper epidemic.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Never understood that one.
Well, I mean, think about it. I will say this about 2020. 2020 put in perspective all the things that I could do that I took for granted that I couldn't do once the pandemic hit. Like I looked at a old video of one of my birthday parties and immediately I was like, coronavirus? Like it would have just spread like wildfire in that environment. Or being able to hug a friend or something like that, or spending time like Thanksgiving for the majority of us was just the most difficult, and Christmas because you all can't gather. And I know some people personally who said screw it and they gathered, and if someone gets sick, what can we do about that?
That's crazy.
Everybody's holding their breath now.
It was like toilet paper left before water.
Yeah. And then all of these new cleaning supplies popped up on the scene. Like magic, like right on time. That lets me know this stuff has been planned.
I agree. I just feel like the government helped to facilitate this, to spread it, because as a country, what we could have did initially, which would have stopped it in its tracks, was stop travel in and out of the US, right? Wherever you were. Where you just had to deal with it. Do that for 14 days. Everyone needed to stay in their homes. Like let's call it a spade, y'all. We really wasn't shut down. You can still come and go as you please. Right. I'm talking about a real true shutdown, 30 days in your home. If you ain't in your yard or on your porch, that's it. Right. But our government is just so hell-bent on making the people suffer and make money off of
the $1,200 that mostly everybody got, because I didn't get that. That don't do nothing.
That's not even rent for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And now they're talking about the $600. What is that? That is not even, that can't even cover rent. That can't cover food
Right.
costs in some households.
For some households, they
But
don't.
Yeah.
for some people are getting $400 every 2
Hey
weeks.
guys. Hey Tanya.
I'm just letting you know. Like in some countries, they were giving their people like $2,800 a month for a year.
Yeah.
Yep.
And here it is. We're in one of the greatest countries in the world, $1,200, and then an additional $600 or whatever for unemployment or whatever it was,
Right.
and good for a little while. But I feel sad that we live in such a country where the government cares so little about their people.
It's people,
Right.
yes.
And the one thing that really bothered me was the George Floyd situation.
Oh,
We're gonna
yes.
get to that.
No.
Hold on to that. We're gonna get to that. Then when churches shut down, that's another thing that let me know it was real. Because when the churches overseas, they shut down first. But when the church without a wall said we wasn't coming to church, I knew it was real.
Yeah.
And it's been over 10 months.
Yeah.
And we're still doing virtual service. That's when you know it was real. Now, sports. Our beloved Astros got caught cheating. LeBron James surpassed Kobe Bryant's record for third place in leading scores in the NBA. And after Kobe congratulated him, the next day he passed. That started our 2021. But if you remember, USA Today had a paper, a big Kobe Bryant, and in the corner it said working tirelessly for a coronavirus vaccine. Now that was in January. That's what further let me know that COVID had been here for a long time. I know there's different strands of coronavirus, but they knew. They knew, and they've been working on a vaccine. That's why a year for a vaccine, you don't make vaccines in a year. Speaking of vaccines, before I get to the we're going to sidebar with the sports. Are y'all taking the vaccine?
Yeah.
I will, yes, because by the time it makes it to us, it's got the front line, the elderly. By the time it makes it to us, whatever complications it's going to be should be hopefully been worked out. I'm just saying.
I love all of you on this panel. Turn into a zombie, I'm killing you in the forehead. It'll be no hard feelings.
Take the flu shot as well. I always took. I mean, I didn't say I always took the flu shot,
but I never get the flu either.
I take it.
I don't think I've ever. Yeah.
Remember, right here.
With love.
It's just gonna be business.
With love.
Well, let's go back to business, because remember they all shut down too. The sports shut down, March Madness shut down, but they figured out how to get back to business and make that money. So
money.
The NBA went into the bubble.
Yeah.
Kansas City Chiefs won the Super Bowl. The Lakers won the playoff, and the Dodgers won the World Series, and Mike Tyson fights again. So did y'all watch the fight? Because I missed it. Did y'all watch the fight?
I didn't watch it, so I don't even know how that was. How did it go?
They said it was like two geriatric people. But they say Mike still got it.
Really?
I saw him practicing, and he looked like he still had it.
Yeah, and he a little, I wouldn't play with him. No, ma'am, and no, sir.
I did not watch.
No. So in 2020, we got to witness a lot of senseless crime towards Black America. I mean, we've always seen it, but it was like when Obama was in office. Ahmaud Arbery was stalked and killed. Breonna Taylor was murdered in her home. George Floyd had a knee on his neck, and the Black Lives Matter movement was on high. How did that make y'all feel, knowing that we were already locked in? We really couldn't, let our energy out. You know what I'm saying? It already makes you angry and sad. How did that make you guys feel?
I was heartbroken.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the day that I was actually at work when the video came out for George Floyd.
Mm-hmm.
And where I work was predominantly Caucasian. And it really made me feel some type of way, for real. And I'm usually really low key and laid back when it comes to that sort of thing, you know. But I know I'm the oldest one on the panel. So I am coming from Louisiana. I remember a lot of the segregation and a lot of the things that happened in the late 60s and early 70s when it came to racial divide. And seeing those kind of behaviors and seeing those kind of circumstances gave me flashbacks. I mean, from sitting at the back of the bus to going to Woolworth and eating, drinking out of the white only faucets and the black faucets and that sort of thing. So it really brought back flashbacks, and it made me so internally angry that one of my coworkers who was white wanted to talk about it. And I said, this would not be a good time, because I am, with a smile on my face, an angry Black woman right now.
Yeah.
An angry Black woman. So let's not talk about that.
Yeah. Because I just think some other cultures, they mean well, but they simply don't understand. They're either voluntarily, what's the word I'm looking for? Voluntarily, like, dumb to it. That's not the word I'm trying to say, but like,
I know what you're saying.
Or they just really don't get it.
They don't get it.
Don't get it.
They don't. They don't get it. You know, I watched a Housewives, so I was watching, I think it was Orange County, and one of the housewives was on there, and they, of course, one of them, Broward, went out, was protesting, and so they had a whole dialogue with that. But one of the ladies was like, here I am walking around, white privilege, here I am driving around here in my Lamborghini. That ain't, no, you still missing it. You still missed it. It ain't got nothing, because there's plenty of Black people can ride around here in Lamborghinis. That ain't it.
Nope,
it's like still missed it.
Yeah.
You don't, the white privilege is walking down the street and nobody clasping their purse. White privilege is getting on an elevator when you the robber, but nobody suspects you. White privilege is going into a high-end store, shopping for whatever you want, and then nobody's suspecting you or putting anything in your purse. White privilege is Lori, whatever her name is, and her husband that got their kids into college.
Yeah.
And then this little bit of time, because if it was a Black celebrity, they would still be in jail. Like the young lady who put her child, a kindergarten child, in another district, and they gave her 20 years for that.
Yeah.
That's white privilege.
Well, let me say, first of all, I still have not watched the George Floyd video in its entirety.
I haven't either.
I have, and it was sad when that man started calling out for his mama.
I can't bring myself to watch it. As a mother of a young African-American male who is 6 foot plus and 200 plus pounds, who's already looked at as a threat, it's really one of those things where all we can do at this point is pray. And let me just be clear. I know great people of all races.
We all do. Yeah.
I know some white people who are on the front lines, and they realize that they have privilege. Now, it's about what they do with their privilege to change that in society, right? I look at all, as a Christian woman, I have to look at, regardless of how they see me, I have to see us all as equals in God's eyes.
That's true.
And I have to look at this from a perspective of, how can I educate someone of another race, culture, on what it feels like for Black men and women on a daily basis? We know if we don't have a bunch of money and a crime's committed, the only way we win is with the green dollar bill, right? And even then, sometimes that doesn't matter. So we just have to look at this, and we need to be more supportive of one another, and we need to be more supportive of our Black men, right? Because we are expecting things from other races and cultures that we don't give ourselves sometimes. So not playing devil's advocate, what he's saying is, if we want change, we need to evoke change within our own community first, and then we will attract that change once we do that.
I agree with you, but then I don't. Not no bad way, but it's like we show love to one another. It's just they don't show us showing love to one another in the mainstream. We have great African American fathers and 2-parent households, but they never show that. It's like no matter what we do, they counteract everything that we do. It's God is trying to fix things with having us in this situation with the pandemic, and still people not listening.
I have to disagree with you. I literally can just give you example after example. I have a mixed clientele. My base of clientele is mixed, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have clients, Caucasian clients that come in, Mimi, they tip me well, they treat me with respect. And I have Black clients that do that too. But I have some Black clients who will sit and like try to barter with me. Like, well, if I give you this pack of Velveeta, can I get 2 more lashes on the left?
Well,
No.
I understand that about business, but
You know, because when you go to the nail salon and they give you your total, you don't do that with them. You give them their money. You know, as people, we have to run our business accordingly, and then we have to support each other.
yeah,
I've seen that happen in Caucasian salons. I've seen examples of that. They just don't publicize that. The one thing
thank you. That was the
one
point
thing
I was
I
making.
have gotten, another major thing that I've gotten out of 2020 is how much the media influences our thought process. For instance, right now,
I was saying.
you look at media is telling you that all you're seeing now is interracial couples. You're seeing a lot more of the gay and lesbian couples, which is fine. I'm not knocking it, but I'm saying the media is now transforming the way we think. So we have to be very independent about the way
what you put into your vessel.
And one other thing that I want to address when it comes to the white privilege thing, I have a high school friend that I thought was a friend. I came from a high school where it was about 50-50, black, white. And he and I were cool, white guy. We were cool. And then stuff started coming up about the racial injustices that were happening. And he showed a side of me, of himself to me that made me question our friendship from 40 years ago. You know, have you been feeling this way all this time when I'm calling you friend?
Yeah.
What he says it wasn't pertaining to me individually, but I am a black woman.
Yep.
So you can't separate me from the rest of the population because you know. I ended up unfriending him. I told him don't ever contact me again. Because I cannot do that. We cannot have a conversation where you are continuously disrespecting my race.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's talk about the Hollywood pedophiles that was convicted this year. You had Jeffrey Epstein that was convicted for pedophilia and sex trafficking. And if you go back and you look at, and I bet he was in shock because he had been getting away with this for years. He had his own island where he would take people, and he had an assistant who was a woman that helped him, you know, to recruit. And they would recruit like 13 and 16-year-olds and 18-year-olds. And then she escaped. They just found her. Her name is something Maxwell. They just, man.
And when you think about that, Mimi, case in point, that's another example of that's a white on white crime because you didn't see him taking black girls. This was a white female looking for white females to bring to a white male.
Went to the police, talked about it, and they just brushed it under the rug.
Exactly.
Brushed it under the rug. But then what about Harvey Weinstein? Harvey Weinstein, he got arrested for sexual assault.
Yeah.
Took forever.
Yep.
This is what I want to know. What's the difference with Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, and R. Kelly?
Or Bill Cosby.
Or Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby was drugging them, but
They've been drugging them for years, and they knew it. They was he hung out with Hugh Hefner. Hugh Hefner wore pajamas every day and dated 3 chicks at a time.
I'm gonna take a break for a second.
Okay. But can you think about all the lives we lost this year? You got Kobe and Gigi Bryant, Bill Weathers, Ray Allen, Eddie Van Halen, Bonnie Pointer of the Pointer Sisters, Betty Wright, Escape from Houdini. Oh, that one hit me hard.
Yeah.
One love. You only get to have just one love. What was your favorite Houdini song?
one love, really, Friends. No, it wasn't Friends. It was
Oh,
well, that was one, but what's the
that was mine.
It's One Love, because it start off with the L, the L, L,
Yeah.
L.
Yeah.
Oh.
What was yours, Kim?
That one love and Friends. How many of us have them?
5. Ain't no junk to pull your bottom off. The ladies real pretty, city to city, and now we're getting down to the nitty gritty, from the bottom to the top to the bottom. Yeah. I'm gonna rock them while I still got them. Man, that was when they came on. It was a party. It was a party. So Pamela Hutchinson from The Emotions died. Kenny Rogers died. Little Richard died. Natalie LaSalle from Babs. Remember the movie Babs? She was young.
That was crazy. That was
so sad. Chadwick.
Yeah, Chadwick Boseman, Regis Philbin, Sean Connery. Sean Connery was
007.
was the best. What's Bond guy?
007.
Yeah.
007.
Jeanette Dubois from Good Times.
Oh,
Florida, not Florida. What was her name?
Winona.
Winona. Yeah, Winona. Sometimes we gotta say they actor name. Winona from Good Times. We don't be knowing that. Black people don't never know the real name. You know Winona. Winona. Debo. I got Debo on here from Friday.
yes.
Ooh, yeah.
What happened to him though?
He
had Corona.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Alice Trebek from
Jeopardy.
From Jeopardy.
The Battle of Canada. Yeah.
And John Lewis, our American politician and civil rights activist, and Katherine Johnson, the mathematician from NASA, the first mathematician from NASA, and so many more. We probably could go on forever and ever and ever with that. So this year marked the craziness in elections. We had the craziest president.
Child.
Crazy. I believe he fakes crazy. And somebody said these folks raised on TV. Tanya said Freaks Come Out at Night was her favorite song. And just on and on. So we got Joe Biden as president, and we got our first Black female vice president in 2020. So what else happened in 2020? What good came out of 2020 for y'all?
Ooh, for me, the best thing that has come out for me for 2020 is just realizing the human spirit can overcome any and everything. I have never seen so many instances of innovation when it came to, we can't do this, well, let's do it this way. For instance, look what we're doing today. In 10 years ago, your show would have been shut down, Mimi. Yeah. Now we have the technology. It's just the human spirit and human innovation made me really excited about knowing that going into the future, even as difficult as it may be, we can overcome a lot of those obstacles. That's been one of the big takeaways for me.
Well, for you, Tracy, what was one of the good things that came out of 2020 for you?
Pretty much piggyback. I mean, really piggyback on Kim, because it's like we we just came up with all these different ways how they do the talk shows and stuff that you used to seeing, and how they was just able to just come together, even with our church, which we always done virtual, but so ours was an easy transition.
Yeah.
But the way how we do church now, is just we came with we figured out a way.
Yeah.
We figured it out.
What about you, TT?
What's been the best thing for my granddaughter, like and reconnecting with my other granddaughter, just the value of family, right? I know this year is really drawing our family closer together.
Yeah.
Mimi started this amazing tradition this year where we did gift exchange via Zoom. But the great thing is that she also, once the pandemic started, she started a group chat and she sent scriptures to the family. And so in that group chat, we started communicating with one another. When you don't have so much taking you away from the important things, people are working from home, people, they have time on their hands and they miss doing the things that they couldn't do, like I said previously. And so I think my takeaway is just being closer to friends and family, like the things that I placed value on before. I don't place so much value on those things now. Like being able to see you guys, on Zoom or talking on Google Duo when we can, Kim, or it's just life is too short, and you realize that I know so many people who have lost loved ones from COVID. And how blessed we are to still be here. Yeah. So that's my takeaway. Just God never stops blessing us, even in the darkest of times.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think for me, it showed me that love really does outweigh hate.
Yes.
And that time, we always knew that time was valuable and fragile, and that time waits for no one, not even time. The few seconds that have already passed, we can't rewind the tape and get them back unless we look at it later after the stream. But that love really does outweigh hate, and just it's okay to forgive. It's okay to let go. And it also showed me how people can really persevere. You have so many small businesses now that are doing big things. So from now on, in each episode, that's why in the beginning of the episode, y'all saw me doing this. I was putting on my the Shea Lady Shea Butter, which y'all need to go get. Smells so good, delicious. Your skin's so smooth. But I will start featuring small businesses doing big things, because I believe in order for somebody else to have success, you have to help them in their success. Meaning support one another. It's okay to support your brother and sister, whether they are black or white or whatever. It showed me now that I've never thought in a million years that I will see celebrities blogging about other celebrities. Podcasts used to be the things that people like me that weren't celebrities would do, but now the playing field is level. It's a level ground. So you see celebrities with podcasts, they got to make their money too. They can get monetized quicker. You understand what I'm saying? I'm still struggling trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. So right now, if you're watching, click the subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications, hit the like button, and leave a comment. But that was my sidebar. But it just showed me that the playing field is leveled and we have to support one another. And speaking of supporting one another, I couldn't get my speaker to work today. So I want you guys to listen to this real quick. There's a young lady that I go to church with. She's been on the show before. Her name is Michelle Davis. And she has a new single out. And it is really nice. She said she was sleeping in the bed and she started hearing these words. It's going to get better. It's going to get better. So about 2:00 in the morning, she woke up and she started writing down. And she went to the studio and recorded it. And you have to give people props when they move forward on a vision that God gives them. Because some people, they talk about it, but they never do it, or they sabotage their situation. So I'm here to support Michelle today. Give me 1 second. So if you go on all your platforms, your what they call, Tina?
Your digital
all your digital outlets. That's
Yeah.
what the album cover looks like. And it's just a single. And it's called Gonna Get Better. Hold on. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but I'll put it up. Can y'all hear it?
And you don't own the rights to this. You're just
And I do
doing
not
this.
own the rights to this. And let me say, after this, sounds really nice. It's a jazzy, but she's just saying it's gonna get better. And her voice is beautiful. I can show him more. No peace, no justice. The system, how can it be trusted? We gotta keep hope alive and believe it's gonna get better. So that's better by it's gonna get better by Michelle. Y'all go get that. I'm just saying, let's support each other in 2021 in all things. So what y'all got to say before we wrap up this last episode of hashtag I'm just saying in 2021? I mean 2020.
If I can go, I'm going to give you guys some investment advice.
Okay.
2021 is probably going to be very similar to 2020. So
Yep.
I suggest you invest in pajamas because we ain't going anywhere.
You know what? I have a feeling. I agree.
Go ahead.
I agree. I feel like.
Speaking of that.
No, go ahead, Michelle.
No. I was saying, what would your vision board be?
Man, my vision board, I can't really I've been thinking about my vision. My vision board, the first thing that will be on my vision board is to get my health in order. I've noticed that 2020 has shown us that we need to take the best care of ourselves as possible. So my goal is for 2021 is to just lose 3 pounds a week, not to look a certain way or to fit someone, but to just be the best version of myself that I can possibly be. Because we don't know like what the day comes, what it looks like. But until it gets here, man, I want to have the best time I can possibly have in the best body I can possibly have, So I think 2021, that's one of my major goals. And then the other major goal is to just, be a bit more fiscally responsible.
Marky loud.
Just be a bit more fiscally responsible. Yeah.
Tracy, after you say what your vision is, mute your camera. Mute your thing so we have to hear Marky over there.
Oh, you hear Mark? It got louder and louder, didn't it?
So, what's your vision for 2021?
My vision is continue to keep God as center of my life, and through God's provision, prayer is for me to live a healthy life, and that is to lose weight.
Yeah.
And I have set a goal because Lord say the same. Next year is the big, a big age mile marker for me. So I want to have that weight down by July. So to continue to keep God first and ask him to help me through this journey, because it is going to be a journey. Because it is hard.
And I'm gonna help you.
It's hard to even start it. And to stay on it and to stay healthy and just live a better, healthy life. And also to get physical, get my finances, in order. You know what I mean? Get them to where Get my savings set up. That 2016 with the layoff kind of displaced a lot of all my savings, really, tell you.
Yeah.
So to be able to build that back up, and so that's really ultimately for 2021.
Yeah. I want to add one more thing too, is to let go all of those things that burden me, all those emotional change that burden me. When I had to get off because you started talking about the Harvey Weinsteins and all of that stuff. I've experienced that in the entertainment business. I've experienced being sexually harassed in the entertainment business. I can't say where, I can't say why, but it's something that I carry around. And so I think a lot of my the extra weight is because of some of those things I've experienced in my past. And so moving forward, I have this saying: if you don't add to my peace, then I can't take you with me in the next stage of my life.
That's right.
And if you ain't down, you ain't down. I don't have to talk to somebody every day, but there are people that I've worked with for over a decade that I don't speak to. And I spent more time with those people than my family. So moving forward, I want to lose not just the physical weight, but the emotional, psychological, anything that burdens me. I just want to leave it in 2020 and move forward, and every day just get lighter and lighter and lighter.
Yes, amen. What about you, K-Dub?
Well, for me, I almost don't want to look at a vision board. I just want to have God lay out the plan for me, because I've done vision boards before and they stress me out. They really do. They stress me
I
out.
believe it.
I see this out there and I'm like, oh, I'm not close to it. Oh my God, I'm not going to make it. Oh, whatever.
Yeah.
Whereas when I sit back and rest in the peace of God and knowing that He has my back, and it's not that I'm going to sit and do nothing, I want Him to direct my path. So each step is purposeful.
Yeah.
And my steps are not of my own doing. So whatever it is, He knows the desires of my heart. And that's the other thing, to be very intentional with my prayers. Let Him, He knows my desires of my heart, but I want a husband. I want a God-fearing husband. I want a husband that's going to adore me. I have a list. So I'm going to be bold enough to ask for that, and along with other things. So I don't know if I'm going to be doing a vision board this year. I just want to listen to God's voice, and I'm asking Him to speak clearly to me.
Well, that's your vision on your vision board. You can just put that on your vision board. Just want to hear God's voice speak clearly.
That would be it.
And that's your vision. Mine is health and wealth, because I know they both take work. I want to get out of debt. I want to get back to being healthy. I've been so tired since I had the coronavirus, but I'm getting ready to work past that. I'm going to push past that. I want to do Transformation 2021. So Tracy, I hope you're on my team this year. If you were here, Kimmy, I would ask you to be on my team this year. I'm getting a strong team of 5, baby. We coming to kill the game. Just be ready. And just really work on my podcast, like putting like 110% into it. Get monetized, work it. A man said on YouTube that most people who have YouTube channels, that's their full-time job. They don't have time to do anything else, but I'm going to do that and hair, build my brand in that, and just be more of a loving friend, be more of a, somebody just put something in the comments. Be more of a loving friend, be more of a loving sister, try to show my family love, try to show people love who don't even love me back. You understand what I'm saying? But what I will say, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, I'm not taking foolishness into 2021. That's people, places, and things. Some places I don't need to go anymore. Some places I don't need to go anymore. Some people I don't need to be with anymore. And there are some things that I just don't need to deal with. So I'm going to simplify my life for 2021. I mean, I know it won't be easy, but I want to simplify my life and ask God to show me all of my gifts. Because sometimes we bunker down on one gift. For years I thought hair was all I knew how to do because I've done it for so long. And when you start looking back, I probably could have been a party planner. I probably could social events. I sang better than I thought because I always downplayed that. I was an amazing songwriter. Probably could have been a stylist at one time. There are a lot of things, and they're all artsy. I understand that my gift is in the art sector, and I came to realize that I was a whole lot smarter than I thought I was. 2020 opened up those doors for me to see, oh my God.
Yeah, college.
She called me college. Tina, she said, what'd you say?
I said, yeah, college.
Shut up.
Yeah, college.
That, oh Lord, somebody's on making comments. But thank you guys so much for your support since, when did we start hashtag? I'm just saying, 2018?
Like 17?
No, I think it was 18 because then you do
February 2018.
18?
Yeah.
18? Okay.
So
can I add one thing before we leave? Because this has really been weighing on my heart. It's never too late. And I have to say that to myself on a continuous basis. It's never too late. It's never too late to start over. It's never too late to start new. It's never too late to do whatever it is that you want to do to be successful. I just recently had a birthday, and I had to realize that I had a birthday, which meant that I am still here. So it's never too late.
Amen.
I agree. I mean, take it from someone who changed careers. I was in the music industry for 25 years, and I just believe in going through life fearlessly. When we operate in fear, we operate outside of God.
Yeah.
So when we're fearless, we're in the wheel. If you look at an automobile and you look at the lug nuts, they're tightly secured. And no matter what debris comes by, no matter what rolls past that car, they're going to stay there. It's the things on the outside of the tire that is outside of the wheel that get destroyed and tattered and beaten and abused.
Come on, preacher.
Stay in his will and you will always be secure. Live a fearless, faithful life.
Love that.
Fearless and faithful.
Love it.
Indeed. That was good, Pastor.
Yes.
Pastor. Pastor collection plate. Thank you guys so much. Tracy, thank you for being there. And Kim, too, from the very beginning of the hashtag. I'm just saying, Tina, thank you for always coming in with your charisma and your laughter and, just your talent. And thank you for my intro to hashtag. I'm just saying. Can you please tell the people you are the writer and the arranger of my intro?
I, Montina Cooper, own the rights to her intro. Don't you worry about tomorrow, take it one day at a time. It's gonna be all right.
Yes. Now maybe I need to do a new intro, Tina. Can you make me some exclusively for me?
That requires studio time, a producer, and all those things. We can work it out. But I will say this: she has the rights to use my music. YouTube, leave her alone. She has the rights. Facebook, she has the rights. Instagram, she has the rights. I've given it to her.
And what's the name of your company?
J. Alexander Music Inc.
Thank you very much. Because
you're very welcome.
I appreciate that. See, I don't have to go out and use somebody else's music. My sister is the bomb. And
yes, she
has a plethora. Her catalog is so big. Should I get a new one, Tina? I want to go back into the crates.
Oh no, let's see. Let's see what we can pull out.
I want to go back into the crate. You frozen. I want to go back into the crates.
Am I frozen now?
You back. I want to go back into the crates and get way you make me feel.
Oh, no, when you think about so much pressure, stressing to me daylights, seem like the man won't let up. Got you working overtime, and even though you hustle back, don't meet your grind. Keep fighting through the struggle. Everything will be all right. That's really an anthem for 2020.
Yeah,
it's all gonna be fine.
So, all right, I have the rights to that, YouTube. I don't play those legal games, okay? I have the artist Montina. You can Google her, look her up. She is the author and the writer and the arranger of All Right. And that's uncensored, and you can get that on your digital outlet, your platform.
Yes.
So, ladies, thank you so much. Tune in next week. We're going to be talking about a lot of things for 2021. I'm going to have a great panel. Been on my show before. And we're just going to talk about the vaccine. We're going to talk about stepping into 2021 and just random hot topics. So remember to laugh. Y'all don't go nowhere. Remember to love. Remember to be the light and always bear good fruit. This is hashtag I'm just saying. And I'll have my hair done next week. I love you.